All righty, you are live. It says, Am I? Am I though? Are we?
You're
You
always live. You're the liveliest person
know,
I
I'm
know.
always live. um. Okay, so I guess we're live. We're going to just say hello. Welcome to Dolo Digs. My special guest Daniel from Tackyisme is here with me. He
I
Mag.
thought you were going to say from Texas. I'm like, why?
But he is finally on my channel. It's not that I don't know. I think it's because we talk all the time, and I don't think you know that I. It's not that I have like avoided having you on my channel. It's just that we talk every day,
Yeah.
and so I don't think about like, well, I should have Daniel on my channel, and then finally I thought I should have Daniel on my channel.
When you have me on your channel, Dolores.
So let's see who's in the chat. I see Barbie. Hey, girl. Hey, Miss Barbie. I see Dave that send me Cheetos. That's my husband. Y'all be nice. I see Thrifty Shutterbug. Hey, girl. Hey. I see Andrea Kane. Hey, girl. Thanks for stopping by. So we're gonna let a few more people come in before we start grilling Daniel.
There's Sharon Delaney and Kelly
Hey,
Bolton.
Sharon. Claudia.
Claudia. Hello.
And so, yeah, we're gonna let a few more people come in before we start to grill Daniel about all his secrets. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, well, if we're going to do that, how about let's do our brooches then? People want to see brooches every
Yeah.
day.
Okay, you do yours first. You're my guest. You do yours first.
Okay, I'll do mine first because it's not as spectacular as Dolores because, she's got to flame it up. I just went real simple because I have this beautiful, gorgeous orange sweater
I like your sweater. It's
that I've
pretty.
had for 15 years.
Hey, looks good though.
If it works, it works. It's just a simple,
I
I
love it.
don't know, leaf like looking thing. I don't think it's Bakelite. It's kind of a tiger. It has that, you can't see
Mhm.
it on camera, but it has that, tigery
Yeah, it's
maple look to it. So I don't know who made it, or you can kind of see the difference in them. But
like tortoise shell.
yeah, yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That was the word.
So I have my brooch, y'all, and she glows. Wait, there we go. She glows. My brooch glows, so I have to be all fancy. I got my. I got mine from Side Street Market, Christine. That's
Nope.
what I got mine from. So let's see who's coming to chat. Hey, Kelly, Sharon. We've seen Sharon, Claudia, Jennifer Miller, the Haberdashery Project. Wayne, I have something for you, Wayne. I gotta send it to you. Um, you'll love
That
it.
that's the other friend, isn't it?
Yeah, that's me, other friend. Yeah, because I only have two. Um,
I don't
you
think so because it seems like I have to compete with an awful lot of people to get your attention.
yes, Wayne is my other friends. just you and Wayne. That's it. No one else. Yeah.
She has a life outside of me, and I can't believe it.
I know he messaged me one day. I was like, "Where are you? What are you doing?" It's like, I'm at work.
Yeah, she says that, but she also doesn't reveal that I get messages every morning. Are you up yet? What's going on? Are you been kidnapped? Why aren't you answering your phone? What's going on?
I'm always like, "Y'all gotta call the Illinois State Police to your house because I need to know where you're at."
Even
So,
though she's 6 hours ahead of me and I'm still trying to sleep.
uh, I know. How dare I? I know. How dare I? Try to find out what you're doing. So today we're talking with Daniel. Tacky is me, and he has reached a milestone, y'all. And we are so proud of him. We look.
I
He
know
is
I
so.
got up and got out of bed.
Yeah, that's it. Over now. We're good.
That is the best milestone ever.
Uh, so he's reached 1,000 on YouTube, 1,000 subscribers, a little bit more, and you guys, it is so exciting for him. I loved being on the journey with him. To be fair, I had a really good time with him. And so I think what my first thing is to talk to you about is, excuse me, is now that you reached that milestone, what is your plan for? I know. I'm sorry. Let you have your moment. Okay. Okay, you've had your moment. So, what is your what is what is next for your channel? What do you want to like try to do? I know. Here's the thing, and I think you told people in your chat when once you were monetized, you found this little bit of information out. So why don't you tell us about that situation real quick?
Okay, so these are things I'm learning as I'm going. Uh, you need to, if you're monetized, if you have just reached 1,000 or you're below it and you're going to reach it at some point in time, just know with monetization, your videos have to be over 8 minutes long to have ads put in them for monetization. I found that out with my last video because I went to monetize it and it's like, no, no. And the really funny thing is, that last video ended up being one of my better performing videos. And it's not monetized. It's just par for course on my channel. That's just the way we run.
And what we're going to do is we're going to circle back to the content of that video and kind of talk about that in a minute. But so what are some of the besides that one, what are some of the learning curves? Because you've been, because not wait not let's count it down. Not only are you, your milestone is 1,000, you're also doing this full time, and that's a very big step. And I mean, I'm so proud of you. And I just think you took that leap of faith and you ran with it, and that to me is amazing. That's an amazing thing to do, in all honesty. And what learning curves have you had just in the reselling part? Now that you're reselling on YouTube, and that's your full-time job. What learning curves have you picked up?
Okay, so there's so many that I don't even know if I can think of. One thing is, well, and here's the thing too. I'm still learning.
Mm-hmm.
I just started this, so I'm still in the process of figuring out what I'm doing. And I still don't know if I'm going to be successful or not. Let's just put that out there. And I also want to put out there, do not use me as an example. I am by myself. It is only me. You need to make sure that you sit down and you figure out your bills and you figure out what you think you can bring in. I took off 2 weeks from my other work before I did this to see what it would look like, how many sales I would need, and all that stuff. And I have very low cost. Let me put that out there. We're poor and we live in a dump, so take that in consideration. I mean, honestly, you need to make sure, even though this is something you want to do and we all want to work for ourselves, make sure you be realistic with yourself and set down that you're not going to get into trouble. And stay tuned because I may get in trouble. I don't know. Learning curves, one great thing. Well, I had so much happen all at once. And I'm still dealing with all that. I mean, I left the job, reached that 1,000 milestone. I had to put my dog down.
Yeah.
And also, everybody's different with their personalities and their temperaments and how they handle things. I am discovering that I'm also having a hard time adjusting to not being at a 9 to 5 job.
Right.
I didn't think it was emotionally taxing me as much as I think it is. But that could be a combination of all those things going on at once that I've had to deal with a lot for myself. I'll just put it just for myself. It may not be a lot for other people, but for me, it just everything happened all at once, it seemed. So just mentally giving yourself the space to. I put things in my hand and
that's fine. I've got a pen in mine, so
just mentally letting yourself have those moments of stressing out.
Yeah.
Or Dolores knows because I get on Marco Polo with it. Oh my God! I tend to stress out, and I have to stress out to get myself through it. And then when it's done, I'm like,
why did I stress out? I think it's important to have those moments where you just go, ooh, okay, I'm good. You have to get it out of your system because there's no point of pushing it down and going, okay, this is really all fabulous and great and wonderful. You have to have those moments, I think. And
Well, and here's also the thing: if you do this full time, it comes to the realization this is on you, buddy.
uh, mhm,
You have nothing to fall back on. Ain't nobody else doing anything for you. You need to produce and you need to sell, because if you don't, you're not eating. You're not getting the gas for your car. You're not having extra money for any kind of fix ups. And you got to get out there. You got to be on top of making sure you have boxes ordered and bubble wrap ordered, and go out there and get enough sales. And you also have to realize whether you're overextending yourself with accepting going on other people's sales and stuff.
yeah,
um, it hits you that it's all on me. There's nothing. I can't call into work because somebody else can cover my shift.
right. And that's, I think, if you've worked full time all your life in a, outside the home and for someone else, that's a lesson you have to kind of learn. You have to learn how to adjust that. This is me. I can't, you know, decide I'm not going in today or I'm having a holiday today or whatever. Because no one's going to do it for you. And I think that's a lot of, I think that's a good thing to say because, it looks all, it looks all shiny and sparkly on the outside. You know what I mean? And then when it gets to the nitty gritty, and you're like, I have to. I mean, your video the other day, your live behind you were all these boxes. That's the reality. Do you know what I mean? That's the reality of it.
Yeah. And you have to allow yourself to have those moments of self doubt and of freaking out. And you have to let yourself know that, okay, this is okay. I mean, you're having it now, but it'll be fine afterwards. Things will work out, but you can't beat yourself up because, and I'm working through that right now. That's the process that I'm going through right now, is trying not to beat myself up because this has got to be done and that's got to be done, and I don't have enough of this, or
Right.
working. I'm learning to take naps.
You know, I take a nap at work all the time. No, just kidding.
Naps, Mountain Dew. That's what gets us through.
That's Mountain Dew and freaking out on Marco Polo. No, it's good that you say this because it doesn't matter how confident you are or how you have to be able to handle what's going to be thrown at you, and it could be you may have your day all planned out, but then something comes up, and being that you just can't leave your job and go deal with that, you have to take care of take care of business, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? So I saw some people come in. Hey Val, hey Julie girl, hey. So that's, I mean, that's good that you're telling people that this is like this is the real raw, exactly what happens. And it's good because I work full time and sell part time. So am I prepared to leave my job? No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not. And one, I like my job, and two, I'm just not in that position. I have to think about three cats, a husband, the house, da 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 da. So to do what you did, honestly, is to me was brave. I feel like that was a brave. And you may think, oh, I'm just silly, or I just
I'm
took a
sorry, I'm laughing because the word that comes into my head is stupid. Well,
uh,
thank you. I appreciate that.
no, but I've told you this. I think and and I said to you, whatever you want to do, I'll support. So um, and so here's another question that leads into part of the things you have to do to be successful: sourcing your items. It's And we've discussed this privately.
Yes.
And it's here's another, and I want you to explain to people, like, it's not just you go out and there's like 10,000 things on a shelf. Do you know what I mean? I
Well,
wish.
and here's the thing with me. At one point in time, I had a wonderful, oh my God, honey hole. And I never told anybody about it, and I still haven't. I'm not going to, but it closed down. And I mean, I could get a lot of stuff for some really good prices. And after I decided to do this, they closed down.
Of course.
I agree. So it's very, and Goodwill's around here, it just doesn't happen. I mean, I can, once in a while, I'll find one little thing or something, but we don't fill our carts up here like they do in Pennsylvania.
I know. I know. They need
So
to.
it's very bad. A lot of it's modern, broken or just random oddball junky stuff. But once in a while you can find stuff. And with the here locally, we have some great antique stores, but as far as resourcing for a reseller, it's hit and miss. Some days are good, other days are not. And some of my honey holes that I, went to on my shopping trips, the last couple times I've been, I haven't found as much as I normally do. So, and with me, my car's older, and it was just in the shop, so I can't like drive 100 miles and go to all these antique places trying to find this stuff. So here lately, it's been freaking because I have accepted a lot of sales to go to with other people because I enjoy it, and plus, it's income coming in for me.
Right, correct.
So I've been kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, even though I have lots of stuff sitting on the shelf, I don't have inventory that I feel is good enough for these sales, because a lot of what's sitting on the shelves is when I first went in and just bought a bunch of stuff before I even started reselling, thinking, oh, I'm going to sell this stuff.
I think that's a good point. I just saw Patrick come in. Hi, Patrick, the trusty huckster. Hey. That's a good point, because I think a lot of people, when they first get into reselling, and I'm guilty of it, it's like, this will all sell. And then you're like, sitting on your, well, I don't sell really on live sales, it's sitting on your eBay, sitting on your Etsy. You know what I mean? So well, that's a good point. Yeah.
And here's the thing too, as you grow, as your audience grows, your taste and your eye and knowing what people are looking for totally changes. So what inventory you may have that you bought at the very beginning kind of just sits there because, one, you're not that enthused about it, and two, it's stuff that is not really people are wanting. But things change over years, so
and trends change and tastes change amongst your buyers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's Julie says she's boxing and shipping party. Oh, I did that already. Patrick,
boxing and shipping party at Patrick because he had his sale last night for the doctor.
Yeah. Everybody at Patrick's house, we're gonna have a party and box all the stuff up for him.
I do not envy him whatsoever. After my last that freaked me out.
And here's the thing, Patrick's, I believe he said he's traveling next week. So he's on the road, I guess, with his work, and he's going to see, here y'all go. There you go. The glamorous life of a reseller.
That's the other thing I give kudos to. For those of you who are working full-time or even part-time and then doing this reselling bit, kudos to you, because it's a lot. It is a lot of work to resell, even if you're doing it part-time, and have another job that is stressing you out on top of that. So kudos to all you who are working and doing reselling.
Yeah, it is difficult. I mean, it's not, but if you want to do it and you love it, you find a way to do it. It's like for instance, like, you found a way to do it until you wanted to go full time, and because you just did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I work full time, and that's a whole nother story. And I don't even sell on live sales, so I'm just dealing with my eBay and my Etsy, and that's a lot coming home. You know what I mean? And
here's the other thing too that I'm learning, jumping from a job into doing this full time. You have to make sure that you can handle what you're doing. If you spread yourself out over a bunch of sales and you're not getting your product out and it's not good, you have to be realistic with yourself and say, well, I can't.
Right.
The president's coming in and wanting me to do a sale with him, and he's like the biggest whatever, and maybe I can't do it right now because I just agreed to have 5 other sales with somebody, even though this is the major person that everybody wants to go sell with. maybe this time I'm going to have to say, unfortunately, I can't, because if I do that, I'm not going to get the stuff out to my people.
Right, and that's very important to get your stuff out to your people. I saw Jazia come in. Hey, girl, thanks for coming in. So we had talked about your video that you put out the other day, the really short one that had the most.
Well, I have to get a drink on this one.
Well, no, it's nothing bad about it. And it was kind of, it was almost about, we were talking about this before we came on, is that, like you said, if you were in the spirit or you felt like it to decorate for Christmas, you would go and get it cheaper and reproductions. This is what we're going to talk about now. Excuse me, because I just bought a ceramic tree from Costco at I believe it was in American dollars was $70. So it is brand new and all that. And yeah, sure, I'd like to find a vintage when it's probably not going to happen over here in the UK. And two, it's massive what I bought. So I feel like I got my money's worth. But we were talking how hard it is now to, to tell the vintage from the new stuff that is now being made to look vintage. Especially Christmas stuff.
Yeah. Well, first of all, for me, if I was going to buy for me, I don't care if it's vintage. I mean, I like vintage. I love vintage. If I could find it in a reasonable price, that is wonderful. But if there's a vintage inspired item somewhere else that has the price that I will buy that, because it will be vintage in a few more years. I mean, all the stuff that we are now all crazy over was the China of the day.
Right.
The Japan stuff was the China of today. It was. Yeah. It was mass marketed. It was thrown out there. It was gaudy and, made for people who could afford it and quickly made and just thrown out there. I think people tend to forget that. So the China stuff that we look at, oh, no, it's China. I'm putting it back. When that tag comes off and in another 10 years or so, we're going to be going, oh, well, I'm going to sell this now because it's been 10 years. So, hey, it's, 20 years, it's vintage.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Honestly, some of the China stuff is crap. I mean, but some of it now,
it's hard.
It's getting hard to tell. I'm telling you, you walk into a Hobby Lobby or someplace like that, all the glass figurines and stuff, I swear some of the stuff that have been sold is new glass figurines with the tags that have not on purpose,
right?
Threw out whoever bought it and then washed it and all that, and on down the line is the newer stuff. How do you tell? How do you tell a new giraffe from a vintage giraffe? Was there even a vintage giraffe made in glass?
Right.
So.
Especially if something doesn't have a maker on it and there's no label, you can like do Google images, but that doesn't mean you're looking at the right thing. Oh, there's Dave. It helps if you have a partner, mate, friend who can help with packing or boxing, etc., and you are able to get on the other aspects of your life. Does not become too time consuming. That's Dave talking. That's my husband, y'all, talking about how he helps me. He does help me. And I'm very lucky that he helps me. He's very on board with all this, as Daniel knows. He's very on board because Dave goes thrifting too. Yeah, we know this. But yeah, how do you guys in the chat tell the vintage from the new? It's very hard, especially if you find it at Goodwill or you find it in a thrift store or an antique, mall. How do you tell? I find it difficult because even now they even put fake crazing on stuff.
The fake crazing you can sort of tell because it's more
yes,
it's patterned. It's not random like what the crazing or just in specific spots. But I mean, the more they reproductions are a thing. That's why I'm all about buy what you like as far as aesthetics.
Yeah, exactly. That's like exactly that's why I buy a big old brand new ceramic tree because I like the aesthetic of it. Do you know what I mean? It reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of home and stuff. I saw Michelle come in, Newton's cupboard. Hey, girl, come in. I saw her come in. Who else? I saw Jenny plus one. Hey, girl, how you doing? Um, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention at the beginning of this, I'm having a giveaway.
Surprise!
Surprise! Whoops. So I'm having a giveaway, and it's going to be a box of British sweets because now it's cold. I can send them. So it'll be a 6x6x6 box, and it'll be uh, all in 44 pound to ship it to the States. So I'm sorry, $44. $44. It won't weigh 44 pounds. It'll weigh a kilo. It'll be 44 dollars all in. I almost said it again. So, Jessica pointed out a good thing. She said the weight of something, like the weight of the item, is more. It helps you determine whether it's vintage or not.
And
But here's
the clean bottom stuff. But I mean, some things they'll dirty things up to make it look old, or they'll scratch it up or whatever. So a lot of stuff you can tell is older. I mean, there is you, especially when you go out there and you buy stuff and you pick it up and all that stuff. But I've seen some China stuff that I was thinking, man, if this didn't have a tag on it, I'd probably pick it up and sell it as a vintage item.
Okay, so I just said we're going to have a giveaway, and I told you the price. Actually, it's a giveaway, so there's not a price to it. I'm sorry, I don't know where my head is at today. Menopause. So so actually, it's a giveaway. It's a giveaway, y'all. It's not, you don't have to buy it. It's a giveaway. Anyway, sorry. Um, uh, Semi Cheeto said we used to have a chain store in the UK called Pastimes. Oh, this is a thing, yes, and who actually sold stuff that looked like old stuff. So it looked like Art Nouveau stuff.
There's a lot of stuff out right now in Target and Walmart that are so kitschy, like the deers, and there's I seen an ornament that has an owl setting inside of it. All the bottle brush trees. You can go to Walmart and buy bottle brush trees from 88 cents for the small one up to $2 and something for the big one.
Yeah, they have them here at our grocery store. Yeah. So Patrick says, and some people take those tags off.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't know because people will do that. I am hoping and thinking that most people would not do that, but it happens.
It does. And I mean, here's the thing. If you see something and it's your aesthetic and you like it, and I know this is a vintage community and we like vintage and we sell vintage, but if you see something you really like, are you bothered? I'm not. I mean, I'm not. So Jenny plus one said Michael Todd showed his Target arrangements. She said I almost placed an order, but I'm downsizing Christmas or drowning in Christmas. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, you can go to and get like the aesthetic if you can't afford the vintage, which can be pricey. We all know because we know we have to pay for it to sell it. So then you can have that aesthetic. It doesn't necessarily need to be vintage. Michelle said, I will never buy newer stuff for the displays down low where kiddos can tear it up. Yeah. Oh, she will buy. Yeah. Yeah. If you have kids or cats, you might want to just not put the good stuff where the cats or the kids can reach it. You just like, here's the cheap one, they can knock it down.
Well, and here's the thing also, as far as me as a reseller, if I pick something up and I don't know, I make sure to say, hey, I have no idea if this was made yesterday or if it was made in 1920s. If any of you know, then you can let me know. I mean, I sold something the other day that I found out was made in the 1920s or 30s, and I sold it as something that might have been made in the 60s or 70s because I didn't know. But then I seen somebody comment on a video. I'm like, but at the same time, to me, it doesn't matter if I got out of it what I needed to get out of it.
Right.
Even if it's something that somebody buys and they turn around and sell it for 2 or 3 times as much. I got out of what I got out of it, and that's on me that I did not know or take time to really dig into things. But
Right, and it's happened to all of
but
us.
like I said, whenever I sell something and I have something that I don't know, I let them know. I have
Right.
no idea if this brooch was made by Target yesterday or if it was made by an Emmons company in the 30s, 40s. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just like it because it sparkles.
Because it's party. Yeah. And yeah, Patrick, you're right. It does pay to trust your seller. And I have yeah, and the name of the game is reseller, and that's what Michelle said. So if even if you bought it new, you're now reselling it on to someone else. If you disclose that you don't know or it is new, or I mean, because right now you look at all the Christmas and people be like, "I've got this is from the '90s." No, '90s. I mean, to me, '90s were yesterday, but actually they weren't yesterday.
Everybody's talking about, it's vintage, it's the 90s. I'm like, oh my God.
Was it '90s last week? Because
Exactly.
how was it vintage?
Like, I
But
think I was just living in that, and it didn't seem that long ago.
30 years ago, 1990. Do you know what I mean? And so, that in that by Etsy standards, it's vintage. Yeah. Well, by Etsy standards, 2005 is vintage.
Okay.
So, and yeah, and a lot of people just and there's some resellers who sell both vintage and non-vintage on their on their live sales. They'll and I know like a lot of times I'll watch Beth or Christine or Michelle or even you and you'll say that it's not vintage. I mean, it's not like it's not old. It's just it's something. But if it's something that you want, you're not really. If it's something that pleases you and makes you happy, then heck, buy it, child. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why sometimes I'll pick things up that I know are not that old, just
Mm-hmm.
because I know somebody's going to like it and get a kick out of it and enjoy having it.
Yeah. Sharon Delaney she says that about the '70s. Yeah, I don't think that was like that long ago either, because I was a kid in the '70s.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So Jazzy's like her oldest was born in '92, and with 30, and her child's turning 30 next year. So that's 30 years ago, and then so we don't. I think we forget how long ago the '90s actually were.
Yeah.
I think I still live in them, kind of, but that's okay.
Time is slipping by when you get older.
It do slip by when you're old, child. I see Debbie popped in. Hey, girl, our vagabond travels. Um, so yeah, like Jenny says, she sells both. Tries to keep it a decent quality if it's modern. Yeah, exactly. Um, vintage clothing rack. Oh, vintage clothing. I that is so hard for me. Vintage clothing. I love it, but I find sizing it difficult because they were like, this is a plus size right here. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So yeah, and again, regional items. Some areas you can find all the vintage Christmas, all the live long day. And some
Well,
places you can't.
that's like my bucket list is
Oh
to
yes.
find acrylic candles, the lucite candles in the wild. Out while I'm out shopping, find them in because I never see them around here, but also at a price that I can afford. Not for reselling, but for me.
Correct.
But if
Correct.
I find several, but there again, if I went into a store and they had lucite candles that were new,
Uh,
I'd buy them
Me
if they
too.
were the right price. I would buy them.
Hmm. I see Miss Pamela. Hey, Miss Pamela. She came in. Um, yeah, I bought a pair of lucite candles and the lucite candlestick holders off of eBay. Yeah, I would have liked to have found in a while, but child, I just went ahead and
I'm
so
sorry. I just have to mention. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Thank you for calling me
I
beautiful.
know she did that thing.
It's the soul. It's the beauty of my soul.
It is.
Dolores is like, no, I don't think so.
You mean that black soul that you told me about?
That little tiny heart with a little black soul.
I see Maria, empty nested too. Hey, girl, thanks for coming in. Um, yeah, I just think that if whatever you want,
Disclaimer:
yes.
choo choo's coming.
Oh, shoot. Okay, Lord, at least it's not a
Choo-choo's
tornado.
coming, so be prepared.
Everything's gonna start shaking now. The choo-choo's passing by your house. um, yeah, I do think that you have to buy what you like, and if you can afford the vintage, great. I mean, if you can't, that's cool too. But uh, I just think that everybody has their own aesthetic and everybody has their own way to sell. But I think you should also disclose that if something is new. What is Dave saying? Here, then, how about vintage versus new ABBA? Oh, Lord. Here we go. We're going to talk about ABBA. Um, he's not keen on your new album, but he's on the new album, but it just got to #1 in the UK. You are all in your 70s. LOL. Okay, Dave. Oh, she said, what color candles you want, Danny? Miss Pamela's offering to find you some.
No. Bucket list. I have to find them.
Me.
No eBay. No Miss Pam. I appreciate it.
Miss Pam better.
It's one of those things you get in your head. I am going to find these in the wild. I may be 90 when I do, but I'll let y'all know when I find them.
Miss Pamela sent me Cheetos as Dave. Just FYI, so you know. I'm talking to a strange person named Send Me Cheetos. Well, I mean, you know that strange person.
See,
so
I have to say this also because of Miss Pam, but the vintage community is very wonderful. They all try to find if you say something. That's like, honestly, you have to be careful about opening your mouth during any type of sale or anything. If you just casually mention, oh, that's cute, or joking about something, people will buy it for you. And I don't necessarily intend to mean that. I'm either just joking or talking about what I like. But like with the candles, I want to find them. It's just a thing. It's one of the rush of the thrill of the find when you finally achieve, like reaching 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. I mean, Debbie's right. It's the thrill of the hunt. It is the thrill of the hunt. And the reason why I got the reason I got mine off of eBay, because I knew that here in the UK, she won't go find none in a while. I have yet to. I mean, I'll say that, and tomorrow I'll go out and find some. But I haven't found them here at all. You ask Jessica. Jessica knows. We haven't ever seen them in a while.
Well, and that's the thing. I have no problems with buying stuff from eBay or nothing like that. It's just for these, this specific thing. Because I go on and I look on eBay at all those lucite candles. I do, but
well, that's like with the fairy lamp. When I found one here, I was like, "Oh my god!" In the wild at the charity shop, I almost died. I mean, I think I messaged you and said, "Oh, look at this." So, and that was like one of those. Fuck, I can check that off the list now. I found one here in the UK. So, yeah, it's just. It's a lot of that's what we were talking about. We just wanted to kind of go back to your video where you had talked about how you weren't going to Christmas, and then we kind of talked about how we how the Christmas, it's hard to find it. If you want an aesthetic, you can get it cheaper with reproductions, and that's okay. No one's going to judge you. Yes, and when you do find them, will be that much more special. Agreed, Patrick. Because there's nothing like finding that thing that it's like your white whale. You can't get it. You just can't get it, and then you find it, and you're like, yes.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you will donate to a museum or something when you die because you think it's that special. They want it, but you think it's all that and something else.
I'll be like, bear me with those lucite candles, because hello, it took me all these years to find them.
That's
And,
right.
and here's the thing about these kind of things that we see now. My mama had all that stuff in the house. You know what I'm saying? Mama had all that. And now I'm like, I'm fucking just go back and get all that stuff. But when you're younger and you just don't think it's like, oh, it's just junk. It's just junk.
Oh,
You know.
child, if I had all the Star Wars toys that I
Oh,
had, the original Star Wars toys, or Mickey Mouse ears from that time, because it was, uh, all the things you think about, or even in the 90s when I had collected all that glassware and all that pottery and
hmm
all that stuff. If I had that now, but
yeah.
that's the
I
way life is. You don't know what's going to happen.
The two toys I know that I wish I'd have kept, but I played with them to death, and so they would have been just like all raggedy, was my Miss Beasley doll. hmm And my Jane West doll.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody in chat knows what the Jane West doll is, but oh, she was a little cowgirl.
I know Miss Beasley.
Oh, Miss Beasley, yes, uh-huh. So I mean, so the original Kenner toys are being replicated now for Star Wars. Oh, well, see, there you go. And then how do you tell? I mean, you know, if they're being repro, they go repo my Star Wars toys.
Well, that's the thing I like about the companies that will put on there that, hey, 1992, 2050, that actually label their stuff.
Yeah.
That way, you know.
Oh, so Jenny bought four from eBay because the price was pretty good. Exactly. And my boyfriend saw them and said his mom had some years ago. I've been begging, tell your mother-in-law to get them out, girl. Tell your boyfriend's mama, get the candles out. What you gonna do with them? Um, oh, strawberry shortcake. Wayne. Yeah, strawberry shortcake playhouse for sure. And oh, Patrick's mom apparently used to make the ceramic Christmas trees, and now he hates them. He's
You
like, I
know,
never want to see a ceramic tree again.
honestly, here's the thing going back to sorry, my eyes are watering. I'm not crying.
Look,
Allergies, old age, all that stuff. Um, Going back to my not wanting to celebrate Christmas,
right.
um, I'm just not feeling it this year. And I was kind of beating myself up. And then I'm like, why? It doesn't matter. Let everybody else have their fun. It's fine. You don't have to be this way. But going along with Patrick's thing, because they made them and so he hates them now, I was in retail for 17 years. And
Mm,
I absolutely despised Christmas. I had post traumatic distress disorder with it because
yeah, I worked in
if you
retail.
work in retail, especially anything that has to do with the holidays, like I did
Mm,
with Hallmark, it's it it's just it's horrible. The hours you put in, all the stuff you deal with. It took me the longest time to get over not wanting to celebrate Christmas. So I
mm,
think that was part of my thing
yeah.
this year is like, but I just got to a point where I wanted to celebrate and I put up trees and all that. But this year, I'm not. There's so much just came on all at once, and I don't care.
And you don't
Basically,
have,
what it boils down to is I don't care. But then in the back of your mind, because you go on Instagram and it's all curated, and people have all this Christmas and it's all set up and it's all so cute, and now everybody's selling Christmas
mhm.
24 hours a day
Yeah,
on
yeah.
retailers. So to me, it's bringing back all those.
Feelings of, yeah, of the, yes. No, I appreciate that. Remember the day after Christmas, Daniel, the retail return day?
Any time between October and January, Black Friday, I still get.
No,
I
I
will
don't.
use the word.
No.
I still get pissed off about Black Friday, and the corporations ticks me off to no end.
Right.
But I'll just be quiet about that.
I mean, no, you can no, because here's the thing: people do Black Friday here, and my argument is, why y'all doing Black Friday? Y'all don't even celebrate Thanksgiving. What y'all doing? Like it's always the day after Thanksgiving. When we were growing up, we never called it Black Friday. It was the day after Christmas. It was the day after Thanksgiving. That was it. That was a day that maybe we got our Christmas tree. We did a few bit of shopping, but we didn't. We didn't call it Black Friday. That's like I think that came around in the 2000s or something. I mean, actually, it's actually an old name, but I think they started reusing it recently, or the last, I don't know, 20, 30 years. Um, yeah, and yes, Jazz is right. It's hard to feel that way when your family expects you to do the shopping and decorating. That's another reason why people get annoyed with it, because like they're the only ones doing it. That's like there's nobody helping them, you know. And
Yeah, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to put out this video because there may be other people feeling that way and beating themselves up, and we need to stop it. It's okay. I mean, I know Miss Dolores here in a little bit is going to be throwing Christmas up all over her house. It's going to be disgusting, just gross, because I'm not in the mood for it. But you know what? If she's living her best life and she is having fun with it, good for her, but I'm sliding through.
right,
And I'm also allowing myself, if I decide in the middle of December, ho, 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 I'm in the mood now, then I will celebrate it. Or if I'm in the mood on December 26th, I'll put a tree up and I'll celebrate it.
yes,
Or
Boxing.
if I don't at all, it's fine. I don't need to have to pay less attention to the social media that pushes all this stuff. If I'm
Correct.
not in the mood for it.
And here's the thing: you see that it's like, oh, perfect and all that. That's great. You know what? Mine's gonna look like a hot mess, and I'm happy with that too. And you're right. People should not feel pressured by everybody else in society that they have to celebrate, that they have to do all this. You can celebrate whatever you want, whenever you want, and that was a very good video. And I think you you probably affect a lot of people with that video, and they're like, yes, thank you, someone else agrees with me. I don't have to do all this doesn't have to be, you know all the things and all the decoration all the time, and the pressure that people put on themselves. It was 100% great video. And
It was
you know
just a little short.
it was a little short though, so bad. You might want to bump it a little, fluff it out a little bit next time.
Make sure you get your videos to 8 minutes or longer.
And there's nothing wrong with feeling that way. Oh, Dave said, Daniel, can I come and stay with you for Christmas? Only joking. I don't mind Christmas, really. Do I, Dolo?
He just wanted to come to the original Burger King.
That's exactly why he wants to go to Illinois. Dave's like, I want to go to Illinois, see the original Burger King, get on a plane, go back. That's it. Um, but yeah, a lot of people. I saw Kitty Cat came in. Hey, girl, how you doing? Um, so she said it fell a little short. Yeah, a little bit, Jennifer. It was a little short. Oh, I saw Dana came in, Grace 2010H, and she's already stressing from the cleaning and the decorating, but if she loves it once it's done, and that's all that matters. You have to do what makes you happy in your life, and you can't live for other people and do things for other people.
Well,
And
and here's the thing also, you need to allow yourself to change as a person because let me tell you, who I am now is nothing of when I was in my 20s or 30s. I worked in a factory and I worked long hours, but oh my God, I decorated for every freaking holiday. I had people over for dinner. I had 3 trees that I would put up in my little 800 square foot house. I decorated every holiday, everything. And now that I'm older, I could care less.
right, and that's absolutely fine.
you you change and you
You
need to
do.
allow yourself to change.
100%. I mean, I go kind of big on Christmas personally because I can't go home this Christmas. Normally, when I go home, I don't put anything up because I'm going back to Texas. This year, I can't go. Well, I can, but it's like the price is a little expensive, because they just opened up for the Europe, And I miss that. I miss seeing my friend and my friends decorate crazy. And I kind of miss that because I didn't have to do it, one. And two, two, I could just show up and be like, hey, I'm here, you know. Um, but because I miss that so much, I think I make the effort just so I kind of have that connection to them a little bit, that I know they're going to do it. So and that's why I do it, because, but like if I go back home, ain't nary a Christmas decoration. If I'm like, I'm not taking this stuff down when I come home, you know what I mean? So that's why I do it. And I do it for my cats because they like it.
Good. That's all that matters.
The cats like it. Yes. So, oh, hey Betty, thanks for coming in. Oh, locked your phone. I've done that, girl. But
Technology.
I'm just, the video was so good, and you have so many, responses, and it's like telling people, not that you need to tell people, but just so people know it's okay. You don't have to have the Instagram posts and the this and the that. Bye, Debbie. Thanks for stopping in.
Bye.
And it's good that you're going to do you, and everybody else should do them too. Well, that sounded wrong. Hang on.
I'm just shaking my head agreeing because I know how you talk and I know how I think, so it's fine. Yeah.
You do you, boo. So, oh, thanks, girl. This is a sweater I got from Poundland. It wasn't a pound. It was a little bit more than a pound, but it's only £8. So, bargain. See, I'm about to bargain hunting too. And I'm just want to say I'm so glad that you got to 1,000, Daniel. I'm glad you finally agreed to come on my channel. I'm glad.
I had to book you on my social calendar.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And so what's coming up with you? What kind of things do you want to do for your channel now that you're 1,000? I know you use the community tab a lot, which is really, really great.
Dolores, I've only used it once.
Oh. Well, that's really, really great. I thought you used it once. Oh. Okay.
The only time I used it was to announce that we weren't going to have our live sale when Rascal passed.
I think you should do stuff like, I mean, this is personally, but I know you're very busy with all your research, but do like polls. You know how they take polls and stuff about certain things?
I know, but I am lazy and I don't pay attention to the social media aspect of things as I should.
Well,
or
no.
use them as I should. I just don't. I need to utilize that stuff better, but at the moment, I don't. But evidently, people think I do.
You know how I don't listen to you.
I know she doesn't pay attention to anything I do, and she thinks I'm out there posting on the community page all the time.
Oh, you say what time? But I'm sure you'll utilize that in the future. And you have a lot of sales coming up, and with a lot of different people, and what if you're going to give anybody advice, and you did give some very good advice about getting your stuff out and getting, doing what only you can handle. But if the one thing besides that you've learned, what would you tell everybody? Something that you really like. I didn't realize this, and now I do.
It's work. No, honestly, and other people have touched on this, especially if you go full-time reselling. It's 24/7.
Yeah.
It's around you. And not that it's all bad, because like going out and shopping for things and sourcing, that's all fun. The live sales, I love them. Also know if you haven't started live sales and you're thinking about it, it is a lot of work, and it takes more out of you than what you think it's going to after the sale is over. Just realize that. And that's not even the beginning of the work. Then you have to make sure you're invoicing, getting paid, getting things packed up, and getting them out in a timely manner. And you need to set rules, and you need to stick with them.
That's a good
and
point.
You need to enforce them. That is my biggest thing right there. More and more people are coming to that realization. Doesn't mean you're mean, doesn't mean you don't care, but you need to set your time limits and you need to stick with them and you need to cut them off no matter who it is. I mean, things do happen. I do understand that. But if
No,
you set your
yeah,
rules and people know when they come in the sale, then they're going to go buy it. And you may have to do that a few times to let people know, yep, this is the way it's going to be.
yeah,
It's because it's a business. I know we're all friendly and we're all friends and we all like each other and we think we know each other, but we don't. I mean, we honestly really don't when you get down to it.
mm,
You can know of each other, but this is your business. This is on you. This is how you eat. This is how you keep your house. This is how you can drive your car. So, the one thing I've learned is to and go on other people's channels, read their rules. I would also say go on Instagram too with all those sellers. They're
mm,
very good about their stating of what's going on with sales and what's going to, but you need to be consistent. It's like child rearing, which I've never done, so I don't know anything about, but consistency, these are the rules. This is what's going to happen if they're not done. I mean, you just have to. Otherwise, it's going to snowball into things that you're not going to be very happy with.
right. Or you can't, or you start to get out of control with it. Do you know what I mean? And
And
Kitchen Cat said, "Oh, she can't invoice the same day as a sale." Yeah, it is. It is very draining. It is. It is very. It's like you're working. That's what you're doing. It's like you don't go, from work, and then decide you're gonna go. Well, I mean, some people do go run a marathon after work. You know what I mean? So it is work, and I think a lot of people.
you have to find what works for you, but also you need to make sure that you are also responsible. If you're holding your buyers to a standard, you need to also hold yourself to a standard. You can't say, this is what's going to happen with you. And you're out there going, oh, well, it's going to be another week because, because I just can't get to it right now.
Right.
That is what I've also learned. You need to learn and grow and change, and you need to take your audience along with you and let them know what's going on. Like now, I have learned because I have my sales and then I invoice on Wednesday. Well, I freak out every Wednesday, especially with all these sales I've been having.
Mm-hmm.
I freak out because in my head, I have to get this done because I told them it was going to be done on Wednesday and they would get their invoices. Even if it's midnight, it's got to be done. And I freak out while I'm doing it because I don't think I'm going to get it done. So now I have changed that to within 48 hours after the Tuesday sale, I will be invoicing because I have to give myself a little bit of leeway on that. And then also know that other sales that are just off by themselves are going to be invoiced by themselves because as you guys seen, I ain't got no room. To me, I got to get some of this stuff going out. So you just need to learn what you can do so you can get your products and your invoicing out to the people. If you're going to hold your buyers to a standard, then you also have to hold yourself to a standard.
Correct. And that is good advice. And sometimes people don't like to discuss that, but I think it's a good discussion to have. And it's not about being mean or nasty. It's about there's rules in life everywhere, child. You know what I mean? So just always find the rules of your reseller and see what it is they expect from you. That's a good rule of thumb. And
Well,
that's
I also want to touch on something else.
oh, of course. Go ahead. Yes.
Just because you go to one person's sale and they do something
Mm,
their way does not mean you can go into another person's sale and then expect them to do what this other person did.
right.
When you go to each person's sale, it has to be with what they're doing. Because, you know, I don't care what somebody else is doing in their sale. I'm doing what I have to do for me and to get the money coming in because that's what it's about. It is about money coming in. This is our small business. I
Mm,
mean, that's what it's about at Walmart. That's what it's about at whatever store there is. It's about money coming in because this is the way we support ourselves. So the
mhm.
way somebody else is doing it, nope. Read the rules down below. That's the way we're doing it here. And I'm sorry if you're not happy with that, but there are many other resellers out there that could probably support you in what you need.
Right. And here's the thing. I always say, buying vintage and buying from resellers, one is sustainable shopping, and two, you're not going to have a supply chain shortage. So, do you know what I mean? So, you're going to be able to get the thing you want, and you're supporting a small business. So, it's sustainable. You're not going to run into any issues about getting your product because clearly they have the product, and you're supporting a small business. And this time of year is probably the most important time to purchase from a reseller, or an Instagram reseller, or YouTube, or someone selling on Etsy, because you're going to get a one of a kind item that you want for you, or you want as a gift. And I always think, you know, you should always support small businesses, because honestly, that's what makes the world go round, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So thrifting in the colorful North Woods. Thank you for joining us. I finally just broke even as a part-time reseller. I have learned so much from you guys. Oh, and that's the thing about this community. This community will share information, and like if you have a question, or you want to, you can either message somebody or ask them or email them, or you could come into one of these chats, or one of these like the Vintage Rescue Squad. They always do amazing chats and have very good information. And anybody who has like a live chat with other resellers, go and watch them, because they will, you'll get a lot of gain. I've got a lot of information from other resellers. Trust me. I mean, I was all brand spanking new when I was started doing this, and I learned so much from like the other resellers, and listening and paying attention to what they were saying. So, it's
Yeah,
just,
I'm still learning. I mean,
yeah,
I glean from everybody and I still learn. And the thing is you have to know that you're going to have to adjust. I mean,
mm,
this type of thing is not a static thing. You will
right,
have to adjust what you sell, maybe even how you sell, when you sell, why you sell. You know,
yeah,
it's just an ever evolving thing. So
and that's
you've got to be flexible in a way.
you have to, yeah, you have to be ready for change, and you have to be able to accept it, because it's inevitable. Change is just going to happen, and you have to be on board. It's like, get on board, and get out of the way. You know what I mean? So you have to be adaptable and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
that's like since I've reached 1,000, I'm gonna have to start doing more edited videos.
And
People like edited videos. I love the lives just because I like the interaction with the people.
correct.
They're
Hmm.
wonderful and kind and sweet and funny, and I like all that. But I also know some people like the edited video. Edited. That's my edited. We don't do much edited, but I, you know, have fun with them. My problem is the time because I'm not good at using my time wisely.
And again, that's again something you're learning to do, though.
So, actually producing the videos, there is a lot. If you're doing YouTube and reselling and Instagram, um, somebody who's on point like Misty or Michael or who utilize everything. And
Yeah,
I personally don't know how they do it because I'm like, well, I ain't got time to do video because I gotta source some stuff, or I gotta get the sale ready for this one, or I've got to do this, or I've got to get the shipping done, or I've got, when I watch people like Misty or Michael, or those who are like shopping and doing videos and on Instagram and all that, it amazes me because that's the other thing you have to be careful about is comparing yourself to
correct.
other people because you are not them. Your personality is not them.
Hmm.
if they can do that, kudos to them. And if you can work your way into some semblance of that, then fine. That's what I'm also learning.
And it's also about, because you're just, you're doing it now full time, and you've got the 1,000 subscribers, and it's about also probably about like time management. I'm sure Misty and Michael and even Patrick, who works full time and puts out content and does live sales and shit and does live sales on the road. It's being able to, um, utilize your time. And I think it's something you don't know it now, but I think on this journey that you're doing, you will eventually be able to do those things as well in your own way, in a Daniel way, which is
Well, exactly. That's what I was just getting ready to say. And also with me, I'm not about the polish. I'm not about the perfection. I am not about the professional videoing. That's not me. That's not who I am. They will never be like that unless I hire a team in, because it's just not. This is me. There's not much.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get much.
You are you, and this is what people want, and this is why people watch you and why they come to your channel and watch, because they're like, almost like, oh my God, that's exactly how I do it. And a lot of times it's hard to remember to film when you're shopping.
Well, one thing, I don't like it.
Oh, right, yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like doing shop-alongs. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them.
I don't mind them if I remember.
That's why I'm thinking about, so what kind of content can I do? Well, this Christmas video thing was that people kind of like that, so maybe I need to look into things, because you can tell when somebody's not having joy with what they're doing.
Yeah, it
shows. I think it kind of comes across with me, because I'm like, there, and then this one, and then that. Talk a little. There's another one. Talk a little. There's another thing. We're done. Edit it together. Let's go.
And we're good.
Like with Misty, when she does hers, she's like picking them up and talking to the things. And I don't like to do shop-alongs, and I know people like shop-alongs, but I'm going to have to discover what I can do for me.
Exactly, your thing. You're going to have your thing, and that's exactly. And it may not be a shop with me. It may be something completely different, like your Christmas video or your anti-Christmas video. Oh, Muffin, hi, darling.
She's come in to say hi from her nap. There we go. There's a video for you. Just a dog.
Just a dog. Just a day in the life in Muffin. Yeah, Muffin's Day. Yeah, let's do that. Hey, Suzuko, thanks for joining us. Betty said, tell us how you really feel, Dad.
Well, if you've been to my channel and you hang around me much.
She knows. And Dave said, also time targets. If you don't reach those targets, don't stress about it. There's always tomorrow, and chill. Yeah. Sometimes
that's easier said than done, but yes.
Yes. He sees me freak out. He thinks I'm all like, I'm not. He knows I am not. Hi, Christine K.
And another thing, it also helps to make friends among the community and have your go-to person.
Yeah.
Doris and Barbie are my go-to people that I call and I'm freaking out. Yeah, maybe I'll do a freak out video. When I'm freaking out, I'll do a video for you guys. I don't know what
to do. I would love that, but I don't know if anybody else.
Yes, you would.
I would be like,
Dolores loves to see a train wreck.
I do.
She loves to see it coming from a mile away and step out of the way just in time to watch it derail.
I sure do. All right, Daniel. I won't take up any more of your time. So now you want to go shopping, and I just so we're gonna have a giveaway now, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I do it like where's my number? I do it like Patrick does his. Yes, I stole your idea, Patrick.
Do it like Patrick. That's the motto.
Oh yeah, I mean I want to travel and do sales on the road. No, don't. That would be so hard. I don't know how the guy does it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a giveaway. It is a 6x6x6 box full of British candy. And so I'm going to put my email address in, because if you win it, you have to email me your address. Otherwise, I ain't going to send it to you. So I'm going to put that in right now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is you have to pick a number between, hang on. If you put in a number between 20 and 40, you can enter as many times as you like and go.
Type it. 20240.
Thank you.
And she sends some good stuff, let me tell you. There's some great snacks.
Yeah, he knows because I send him some.
6 foot by 6 foot by 6 foot.
Yes, Wayne. It's a massive box of candy. I'm still looking.
Dolores, you come up with the hardest numbers.
I see it.
Yay.
Okay. Let me just make sure that was. Oh, actually, let me make sure I'm on live chat. Hang on. Y'all ignore me. Okay, hang on. So, and if Barbie can help me, let me just look. Okay, so I see it. It is number 33.
Number 33.
So I feel like the person who got that was, please, Barbie, check me, Jenny +1. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
What was the number?
33.
I'm seeing Empty Nesting Maria.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, hang on.
We'll double check.
33.
33 on my end, but we have to go by what's on your end.
I'm just looking. Hang on. Barbie, can you confirm? Oh, Jessica said. Oh, see, everybody sees something different. Wait, can you start over? Wait, I'm gonna send you something anyway. You know.
Have Barbie double check it and go by what you and Barbie see.
Barbie, what do you say?
Right after the 6 by 6 by 6 foot thing.
Oh, okay. Barbie sees Maria. All right, Maria. Empty nesting 2, girl. I've got my email in the chat. It's probably way up there now, but I can stick it in again. It's okay. I've got multiples. It's Maria. All right, we're going with Maria then. All right, Maria, congratulations. I'm gonna put my either you can either do my email, or you can contact me on Instagram, private message me on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, I don't know. I think you are. I think we follow each other. So, but let me put it in again. And that way you can just send me your address, and then I will get this out to you.
Bye, Pam.
Bye, Miss Pamela. So, Daniel, tell us about what you got going on this week. What's coming up?
Whoo! What isn't coming up? So tomorrow, Mid-Century Wasted, Miss Jamie is going to be on my channel. We're having a live sale on Tacky Like Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And then Tuesday is my sale that I have with Barbie at 9 a.m. It's Tacky and Junk, so we do that at 9 a.m. And then that night at 5 p.m., I'm going on Oh My Vintage with Miss Kim and Patrick. They are the sweetest couple. So I'm going to have a live sale with them. And then Thursday, it's the third Thursday, so it's a sale with Tammy and Martha and me. I'm not for sure what time it is, so look around to see. I think Tammy is going to be doing the promos and stuff, so pay attention to that. I'm not for sure if we're going to do 9 or if we're going to try to do earlier. I'm not for sure, since I'm available now.
All right, available.
So look for promos on that, and if I find out anything, I'll let you know on Tuesday during the sale. And then, do you want me to keep going?
Yeah.
Okay, on the 21st, I'm having a sale on Tacky Like Sunday morning with Ariana, the Withering Cottage.
Oh, yeah.
So she's coming on. And then we're Dolo's coming back with me. Dolores is going to be on with me, and we're going to be on Beth, Carolina Princess, Sweet Treats and Pretties. Ooh, got it all out. We're going to be doing a Black Friday game. We're doing games at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Beth's channel. Look for promos on that. And then that night, I'm going to be on Instagram. Sarah, the traveling button, is having a huge, I don't know if she's announced it or not, so shh, don't say anything yet. She's going to be doing a major Black Sale Friday with a bunch of different sellers. And I'm going to be on with her at 7 p.m. over on her Instagram channel.
Mm-hmm.
That's Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. And then the 28th, stay tuned. Dolores and I are going to be on together on the 28th. Stay tuned to find out what special thing we're going to be doing.
Yay!
I'm not going to say it now just because I'm mean. Plus, we still need to talk a little. So join us on the 28th on Tacky Like Sunday Morning, and we'll be having a special sale.
Special.
I'll look to tune in for it.
All right, guys.
That's it for November.
That's it for November. Thanks, everyone, so much for stopping by to watch Daniel on Dolo Digs. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daniel. And I'm so proud of you, child, for getting to 1,000. We really are.
Well, I wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for all the people. All the people and all the shout outs I got.
Yeah.
So just know that I do know that the 1,000 subscribers come from shout outs and from you wonderful people coming over to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you. You tickle my tacky heart, as does Miss Dolores, for having me on today. And don't forget to subscribe to Miss Dolores' channel.
Yeah, guys.
Don't forget to hit those thumbs up. Check that number. If the thumbs up don't equal how many people's here, come on.
Come on.
I not only do I pimp myself out, but I'll pimp Dolores out too.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.